What is up, y'all? Within today's video, we're going to be talking about Terri Jo and Shawty Bae. If you guys don't know who Terri Jo is, his real name is Kelon. He does a character of Terri Jo. I'm sure if you guys have Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok, you have seen Terri Jo before. Basically, it's this character of his that he created that's like a southern girl who goes on TikTok live and just kind of roasts people. And apparently, a lot of people get very offended by Miss Terri Jo. I have to say, I view him as a comedian. So I'm just kind of like, okay, that's just his thing. He's going to get on there. He's going to roast people. Apparently before, okay, and I do not have a clip of this, but a lot of people were tagging it on TikTok and doing the little search thing on TikTok, so I'm assuming she has said this before. Apparently, Shawty Bae has said before that Terri Jo needs to be humbled. I think because she doesn't quite realize that obviously Terri Jo is a character, and basically what he is doing is just going onto TikTok live and trying to look for, like, you know, little funny moments. Like I said, I view him as a comedian, and he just kind of roasts people. I have to say, I used to be obsessed with his lives. I gotta keep it real though. I feel like low-key, I don't really watch them so much anymore because I do feel like it is repetitive. I feel like he needs to come up with some new characters. Do you know what I mean? Because I feel like with Terri Jo, it's the same old type of thing where he's like, you damn homosexual. Like, it's always repetitive. Do you know what I mean? But I have to say, for a good year there, I was obsessed. Nonetheless, though, in my personal opinion, I feel like Terri Jo is absolutely hilarious, but some people could obviously not find his humor very funny and get offended by it. So apparently Shawty Bae has said before, Terri Jo needs to be humbled, okay? Fast forward to now, actually, Shawty Bae just had a big birthday party at this house, which, by the way, I can't even, like, understand whose house it was. I don't know if she rented it out or what the deal is, and that does play a role into it because you guys will see Shawty Bae has responded to this whole situation, and I'm just kind of like a little confused at what's going on here. Well, a lot of people are saying that Shawty Bae did set Terri Jo up to get jumped at that party. That is 100% an allegation. I don't know if that's true at all. She is saying that she had no affiliation with it. Actually, she came out at first on one of her TikTok lives and said that she doesn't know anything about it, but then I do have a TikTok today that I will be showing you guys that she like knew more about the situation that she had led up to. So a lot of people were like, girl, you had this man jump, don't even play. Also, I'm gonna play a little clip from him, like, you know, the little fight. I have to say, I get really irritated at seeing shit like this because I'm like, why is it 3 guys against 1? It's literally 3 guys against 1 on a set of stairs. On a set of stairs, which, by the way, I don't even care if it was flat ground. Like, 3 against 1, to me, that is some little bitch shit right there. I just feel like if a fight's gonna happen, hey, if your homie is fighting, it's just one-on-ones. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get in. Obviously, if they're, like, getting their ass beat, then obviously, like, try to break it up or whatever. But it's just kind of like, if it's just one-on-one, let it be. Like, the fact that it was 3 guys on 1, that's messed up. But I have to say this, Terri Jo, aka Kelon, literally went out iconic and was, like, all clapping because everyone was recording. And he's like, hey. And that has now gone viral on Twitter as well as TikTok. So I have to say, like, he really played his cards right. I was a little confused about it though. As you guys will see, he's actually being escorted out by security, which I'm like, these 3 guys literally jumped him and he was the only one to be escorted. And then on top of that too, I was a little bit confused because I was like, where is his friends? Like, no one was leaving with him. Security escorted him out. He was just gone, and I was like, where's his friends? Like, did he go there alone? And it's really weird because Shawty Bae is like, I didn't even invite him. I don't know how he was there. So I'm like, girl, if you didn't invite him, then how did he get there? Do you know what I mean? Obviously, he has to be in association with somebody there if she didn't invite him. But also, I do have to say this. A lot of people were saying that Shawty Bae was just sending out all types of invites to this party because she wanted there to be a lot of people there. And apparently, she doesn't have any, like, real friends. Do you know what I mean? She just has, like, acquaintances from social media, and she wanted to invite all the popular people, obviously, to kind of make it, like, you know, like, I would say for views type of thing. Anyways, we're going to be talking about that within today's video. I did do a whole nother video about Shawty Bae cheating on her man. If you guys have not checked out that one, I'll go ahead and leave it linked down below because low-key, that one to me is so damn messy. But I gotta keep it real. It's like a train wreck that I just can't look away from because it is kind of entertaining. Anyways, let me shut up. Let's go ahead and get into it. Now, to start this off, I am gonna go ahead and play the clip of Terri Jo getting into that fight with these 3 guys, which, by the way, I have no idea who these guys are. I'm very confused. Also, too, I have to say, whoever they are, they're little bitches. Like, I really do feel like low-key they should be called out because I'm like, you are literally, first of all, already on a set of stairs, so everyone's gonna, well, the person down lower is gonna be at the disadvantage, and then all 3 of you guys are going to jump in. Like, clearly he had an issue with one of the guys there, and then 2 others jumped in, which I was like, you guys are little bitches, like, straight up little bitches. So I was like, I don't like them. If you guys know who they are, let us know in the comments down below because I'm like, low-key, they are shady. Also, I do have to let you guys know before playing this TikTok, the fight really isn't that bad. It's not like bloody, it's not gory, nothing like that. Do you know what I mean? It just seems like a regular little fight. So go ahead and check this out. As y'all saw from right there, it was 3 against 1, which I'm like, that is just not fair. Like, I'm so sorry, my personal opinion. Like, that's not cool. Obviously, somebody should have been there to break it up right away. Also, I have to say, too, like, low key, after watching that, I was like, where's Terri Joe's friends? Like, I'm like, where are your homies? Is there anybody there to have your back? I found that to be a little bit concerning because I'm like, low key, if Shawty Bae really didn't invite him there, obviously he was invited by somebody, or maybe he went as a +1 with somebody. So I'm like, where was that person at to like have his back? Because low key, that could have ended up so much more worse. Also, a lot of people were pointing out that it was weird that Shawty Bae had security there, but I have to say, I do find that to be important. And if I had the funds, if I had a party, I definitely would have security, because let's go ahead and keep it real. When you're at a party, obviously you're mixing and mingling with so many different people. There's alcohol involved, and obviously people can get really, really messy with alcohol and try to start fights and problems. So I do think that it is beneficial to have security. A lot of people were pointing that out, saying like, why would she have security there if it's supposed to be an intimate birthday party? But I'm like, clearly it wasn't intimate. There was a lot of people there and it was a big party. So I do commend her low key for having security there, because I really do feel like if there wasn't security there to like break it up, then who would have broke it up? Because clearly nobody was having Terri Joe's back on that. This is where things get really, really crazy, though, is Shawty Bae, of course, she goes live like every day on TikTok. Of course, because that clip did go viral that you guys just saw, a lot of people were asking Terri Joe, or Shawty Bae, what happened with Terri Joe? Like, what's going on here? What do you know about this? And she at first was saying, I don't know anything about it. Like, please stop asking me about this. I don't know anything about it. But now she is stating that she knows some things about it, like basically alluding to the fact that Terri Joe is trying to go upstairs and that he shouldn't try to go upstairs, which I'm like, okay, even if he was trying to go upstairs and say, for example, the upstairs was off limits because it was at somebody's house, I totally get that, but that doesn't mean that you should get jumped. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, don't come upstairs. You're looking for a restroom, go to the one downstairs, or whatever the case may be. I think that there was something else to it, and I have to say, I find it to be crazy that Keelan, aka Terri Joe, goes on live all the time too. So does Shawty Bae, and I'm like, how come the truth hasn't come out? Like, how come nobody has said, oh, this fight started because X, Y, and Z? Like, nobody is pointing out why it started. And low key, y'all know I'm so damn nosy that I'm like, what happened? Like, what was the tea here? Like, what made that fight pop off? And that's what I want to know. But anyways, go ahead and check out this clip right here from Shawty Bae.
I want to talk about the Terri Joe situation too. Don't be involved me in that drama. People are saying, I'm going to kidnap you, I'm going to get you what you did to her, blah, blah. But like, honestly, I will tell you what happened. To be honest. Terri Joe wanted to go upstairs. Nobody could go upstairs because, first of all, that's not their house. Second of all, you need to respect people's decision when they tell you not to go upstairs, because that's not where you live, honey. I mean, if you lived there, if it was your party, you could go upstairs, okay, honey? But if it's not your home, you need to respect their decisions in their house. She just people are involving me. I don't know why people are involving me in that drama. Like, I wasn't even there. I was outside getting lit. And stop saying things about me, like, honestly. Like, just stop. It's not my business. Yeah, I just wanted to say that.
As y'all saw from right there, Shawty Bae is saying like, oh, like these are the rules of the house type of thing. Like, you shouldn't be going upstairs, which I have to say a lot of people in the comments were saying like, wait, if nobody's allowed upstairs, why was there so many people upstairs? In my personal opinion, I have to say maybe it's their house and maybe they welcomed them upstairs. But regardless of the fact, I have to say, okay, if that's the rule, that does not have to result in somebody getting jumped. Do you know what I mean? So I'm like, what's the true tea here? What's the story? This doesn't really seem to be adding up. And low-key, I'm really curious to know like what was the cause of this. Obviously, it does look bad on Shawty Bae's behalf because she did say before on a TikTok live that Terri Joe needs to be humbled. Also, what I find to be really strange too is it seems that Shawty Bae does not like Terri Joe at all, because obviously in this whole situation, she hasn't been empathetic and was like, oh my gosh, I feel so bad for him that he got jumped by 3 people. Like, I feel so bad. No, she didn't say anything of the sort. She does not care. So it really seems like she doesn't like him. So I wonder if he knew that before going there, because I feel like obviously everyone can paint this narrative of Shawty Bae set him up to get jumped. Obviously they're saying that because she clearly doesn't like him. So I'm like, I wonder if he knew that ahead of time, because low-key, why go into a place that you are not welcome? Do you know what I mean? Or you know that the person who it's their party doesn't like you. It doesn't really make sense. So I'm really confused about this whole situation. In my personal opinion, though, I want to know, what's everyone thinking about these three guys? Because I'm like, oh, you guys are little bitches. Like, to be 3-on-1, to me, that is just so damn messed up. And luckily, he didn't get injured. Luckily, nothing bad happened. But I'm a little bit tripped out, and I know that, like, maybe I'm assuming too much here or jumping to conclusions. I don't know if he's like scared or something. Like, how come he hasn't come out with the truth? Like, I don't know if maybe they like threatened him with something, because I feel like by now, this happened like a week ago. Why wouldn't it come out as to what caused this fight? Do you know what I mean? Like, clearly there had to be some type of reason, and there was a lot of people there. So I'm like, why is the truth not coming out? If you guys know the truth, let us know down below. Anyways, that is it for this video. So make sure you guys give it a big thumbs up. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, Girl Scout.